Okay, so today on whatever we're doing here, the laser etching stuff, I got on Temu a while back, and yeah, I know everybody gets a bunch of garbage off Temu. So far, everything I've gotten pretty decent for the most part, except for this. This is I wanted one of these. I have a glass cutter, like just a hand cutter, but I don't have a bottle, like a round spinny one. So I saw this was in those $1, you know, buy like 10 of these at $1 or whatever they are, different things, you know, and you get a, you know, whatever. So I got the bottle cutter, but all this stuff was all in a million pieces in there, not even in bags. It just fell apart on the ship while it was shipping. So I put it all together and it's already pre-adjusted. But once you tighten the base down, and it's all plastic garbage. I probably could have made one of these, like using the laser cutter. Now that I have all these little pieces, I'm halfway thinking about taking the laser cutter or a 3D printer and 3D printing a better base, because look what happens when you tighten it down. It flex the bejesus out of it. But here we are right now. This is what we do. So I have wanted to do a green glass, laser etched green glass. Now, normally, I have personally found that laser etching glass is just a giant pain. It's so much easier to just cut a stencil, stick it on there, wherever you want it, and then take it outside and sandblast it, and then peel the stencil off. And guess what? You get a super cool image. But here we are, at any rate, with a laser cutter. So we're going to try this. I already have it adjusted. So the directions, step 1, adjust the machine E. Machine E. Decide where you want to cut the bottle by loosening the screw and moving the backstop forward for a shorter cut and backwards for a longer cut. Now, step 2, cut a line on the bother. Somebody had to proofread this because they got bottle right everywhere else. So we're going to cut a line on the bother. This is exactly the same as making a score line when glass cutting. I mean, we could have done without that line because that's what we're doing. It's making a score. So yeah, I mean, I guess it is the same thing. Not like it's exactly what we're doing. So we rotate the bottle, spelled correctly, towards you with 2 hands. Keep it firmly against the backstop and keep it moving while you're making the score line. This will take practice if you never used a cutter to cut glass before. Only go around on. Only go around on what? Look, and they got a super nice one too. I got this piece of crap. But we're going to try it anyway. Then, step 3, you're going to heat and cool the cutting line. Heat and cool the score over boiling water and cold water, alternatively bathe 3 times or more. Hopefully your glass won't explode. Now, I've done it with string. I don't know if anybody's done it with string, but you can take string, wrap it around the spot where you want to cut, light it on fire, soak the string in lighter fluid, wrap it around the bottle, tie it real tight, light it, let it burn out. Then you take it off real fast and dunk the bottle in hot water, and it literally cracks right along that line. So I'm really super hoping that this will be really easy. I don't know. Step 4, smooth the cutting line. Smooth the cutting line by polishing paper and powder. Polishing paper. I don't have polishing paper, but they gave me a giant sheet of sandpaper. I don't know. I guess polishing paper is sandpaper, but I don't know what the powder is. There's no powder. So do you just polish it till it powders? or I don't know. But we're going to find out. So here we go. Ready? Because I'm not. Dude, this thing is flexing. Like, I don't think it's even scoring. My rusty scorer would work better than this. Oh, it is scoring. It says only go around one, but I don't know. I'm skeptical, man. I feel like I should go around more than one. It scored. I don't know. Can you see it? Oh, yeah, you can see it. It did score it. It's not super awesome score, but it's a score. I feel like this should be pointed more. Like, I think I'm bottoming the bottle out on the... No, I guess not. I can see it. All right, we're going to try it again. Ready? Bottle 2. Pushing down a little more this time. I can't decide if that's the right move or the wrong move. But this is sort of a joke. I really feel like maybe I should just... Oh, there we are. And that's why you only do one. It did score it, but it's kind of like when you let up, there's like all these missed score lines. I wonder if they'll still... I think I can get this thing right back in that groove. I think the biggest key here is to not let up. But I'm doing 2. I don't care if they got on or not. Okay. Yeah, we're only doing 1's good enough. Now I got little pieces of fucking glass everywhere. That's fun. Alright. So, I did it 2 instead of on. Like the direction said. I think there's supposed to be 1. But, there it is. Let's go see if we can crack the crap out of this thing. Alright, well, we reboiled the water. It's real hot now. So, let's see what's up. Ooh, I think it worked. I see a line in there. Yeah! Yeah! It worked. Check that out. Ha! That one worked. Let's, oh, that's cool. I wonder what I can do with that. Alright, now the other one. Here we go. That one worked too. Okay. Not as well. This is the one that only went around once. I saw a spot. I saw a line. Oh, there it goes. Boom, check that out. It worked. Now I gotta sand them. Alright, now we're gonna attempt to clean them off. Now that we got the label, I pulled the label off already. Oh, you take this steel wool and just scrub the glue. Scrub it. Try not to place my finger in it. Get all the glue off. So we have a nice piece of glass to sand down the edge. Seems kind of silly, don't it? Just to make a cup out of a beer bottle? What the hell? How's your can? That's what my Alright. Now, we have the glasses cut. Check that out. And the directions say to take, we did. Where they went is anybody's guess. Because I don't see them. And I just used them the other day. Somebody has them. Somebody has my scissors. Somebody has my scissors. Oh, they're there. I found them. Right where I left them. Where they don't belong. Alright. We're going to cut a piece off of this. Polishing paper powder stuff. Whatever that was they called it. Then, according to the directions, you do this and cut your finger like 700 times. I probably could put on some gloves, but being stubborn, I don't think so. So we're supposed to do this. Ooh, there's an edge to this. Crazy thick. Wow, that actually sands down pretty crazily. Huh. Look at that. I'll be damned. It's going down very slowly. And still going. Oops. That's a little more water than we actually needed, but here we are. I think that'll do it. There's the glass. And honestly, that's 40 minutes worth of work. not including the cracking the glass and scratching it. I think if I was doing these, I would do it with a wet grinder. Yeah, just doing it by hand takes way too long. Alright, so our next step in this process is to wash out the glass. I already know where the seam is. I marked it on the inside for the seam, because the seam is where I don't want the image. So I'm going to wipe down the glass. Get all the fingerprints off the outside. Then dry the glass. Now we're going to paint the glass. Alright, so we're going to paint the glass and we're going to use chalkboard paint. I like it. It works good. Almost every time. So I'm going to try and stay on one side. Just on one side. Shake it up. Get it shook up. And we're going to paint it. And I got my trusty gloves on because I don't want that all over my hands. And my dog's not happy because she's not out here. Nice even coat. Just like that. Perfect. Just like that. And that's that. Now we gotta let it dry. We'll come back after it's dried, I promise. Alright. This is what we got. I've already got it mounted in there where I want it. I'm not using the chuck. I'm only using that. So, we already painted the glass. You know where the seam is? Right about there, I think. Do it. Should be right about right. I've already measured it, so now we're gonna close this. Alright. We're doing a glass. Well, we're actually doing a beer bottle that we turned into a cup. I had two, I dropped one. I know. So I'm down to one. But this is the image that I chose, and this is how you set up for your image on a rotor without the chuck. So I'm going to go to File, Import Image, and my laser started. Maybe I'll wait on that. Alright, so navigate to your file that you're going to use. Let's see. Navigate to your file, and this is the file I chose to use. I'm going to open it. Click on it, open it. And I'm not going to want it super big, so I'm just going to put scale to screen. Alright, next, to get rid of this, and because of what I'm doing, I'm going to invert it, edit the image, all that, save, put it back. Alright, so We'll take the sharpness up. It got real sharp. Now I'm going to bring a little darkness into it. All right, perfect, perfect. Almost. Okay, pretty happy with that, except for I want to get rid of these little black spots. So, in the back, edit the image. And I'm going to use the come on, pop up, magic wand to get rid of the black, and then A. Save it. Yes, I know. It's an AI image. The hen and the deer hooked together. I'm not going to worry about it because I know. It's not like I'm going to sell it. So, next, I need to resize it to the size I want. And I kind of want it squishy. So, let's turn the height to 224.7. So make it actually square and kind of squish it down. And keep it round. Now, because it's round, and if I do my framing with a square, it's going to do this whole thing square. So, let's make a circle. Unlock it so you can make it round. 204.1. Then we're going to lock it back. And resize it. And then we're going to select them both. Align, horizontal line. Nope, vertical line. Now that's in the middle, and you can see that it does stick out a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, what we're doing here, this will work. Now, so I don't make the mistake of having to wait for this whole thing to go, I'm going to select it. I'm going to ignore it. And then that's that. Then I'm going to select the line. I'm going to leave it on score, but I'm going to turn it down to 0, and then I'm going to turn the speed all the way up. It's weird because on my other one it only went up to 25, but that's where that's going. Okay. Now we got that. Now, let us select all this and group it and get it out of the way. So now we're going to select, we're going to go from flat to laser cylindric. Cylindric. So you're going to click on cylindric. It's going to change your screen pro. Now you've got a green line going up and down. I'm using the roller. Ta-da! Why is that kind of glass? The roller right here. I've already measured it. It's 6. And it's still got the image from earlier. That's why. I turn the laser on. While that's coming on, I relatively sort of know where I'm going to want this. Turn it sideways. And I'm going to resize it to the bottom. And I'm going to put it in the right position too. That would be a bummer. All right, now let's take the glass and put the glass inside. So this is what we got here. We got these. Cool. All right, now we have to. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Now that that's done, we're going to click OK. And it does leave a very faint mark on the um, chalkboard paint because it's super absorbent of the laser. And it does leave a light mark. So like things that are really absorbent like that, like powder coated black, flat black, it's going to absorb the laser. It happens even when you're framing too, because you can't turn the laser completely off, which I feel like that should be an option. Sometimes I'll take the nozzle on the air assist and kind of cock it off a little bit so that it's breaking up the laser hits it, and I get like a faint blue, like that big fat fuzzy blue line, and you really can't tell what's going on, but for the most part it gets you really close to where you want to be with no line. So that is an option also. Now we're gonna break that apart because that's just the way I do it. Just like that. And I'm going to ignore the circle because we don't need it anymore. And on Texas, I almost want to fix that stand. You know what? Whoops. Let's fix that first. See if we can fix it. Let's group it. Keep them together. All right, let's see if we can fix this. Group. Right, let's take this. Let's send it to edit. Now, let's zoom in. Let's use the eraser tool. Ooh, that's too big. Let's erase. All right, we're going to save it. Then we got to find it again. Zoom out. Scroll over. Scroll over. We have two of them. I don't know where that guy came from. But hello, buddy. What the heck? Oh, I know how. I hit the smart field by accident. Yeah, don't do that. All right, now this is aligned to the center, so we got to. It realigned itself when we took that off. Now, let's take this completely out of here. And let's do this. And let's change that to, take some text. Change that text to Times New Roman. Or not. There we go. You can also scroll, or you can type in Times New Roman or whatever. Or whatever you're going to do, you can type it in. Alright, now we got to find the text. Right here. Bring it down. Let's see what size it is. If you hit the down arrow, it'll shrink it. So if I can get the capitals the same height, we'll be good. Okay. Let's also make it all caps because it was. There we go. Then we can even. No, that's not Times New Roman on the Texas. That's let's see what that is. It's like let's just stick with times. Let's get our A about the same size. That's pretty close. Now, let's get this align horizontal. And that stand, after looking at this, the way the AI did it was pretty small, man. If we can't get that T like that. Now, let's do an alignment in horizontal center. T is pretty close, but the stars are all off. Makes it look weird, don't it? So let's make this offset anyway, because of those stars. That looks better, I think. So we'll leave it like that. Let's do a. Let's engrave these. Let's just etch them. No, let's engrave them. Now let's etch them. I don't know what to do. Let's just do that. Nah, man. Let's engrave them. I don't think the look is good though. What about this? That's kind of cool. Let's go with that. And it sort of fits in there. Sort of. Not really. I kind of like it. Let's go with that. Alright. This we're going to score, so let's do it at. Oh boy. It's a one-shot deal because my rotary doesn't return it to exactly where it started. So you can't do it over again. Let's do Let's do 75. And let's do a speed of, let's do 20. That might be too much. Um, let's do 70. One pass at 70. We're winging it, brother. Now, this is an engraving. Want it to be or not. Let's return it into an SVG somehow, but we're not going to. So let's do, let's, let's do, let's do 70. And I didn't get to test this out on my other piece. The guy broke it, and I dropped it and broke it. So I'm not doing a test grid on this like I would. I'm just guessing from what I've done before. And I've never cut a beer bottle. I've never engraved a beer bottle before. So if this doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Let's go with let's stick with 70, and no, let's do 80. 80 and 60. Grayscale. We're gonna do Jarvis in our bitmap mode, and 160 lines. Yep, that's what we're doing. Right there. So, hope it works. We're going to find out. Together. Pretty much. Line again. We're not using the circle because we already know where it's going to end up. Or rather, I know where it's going to end up. Sort of. And I probably should again, but I'm not going to. Alright. You know what? I think I am going to do it one more time. Just because I want to make sure. And if you have this over the line, it'll do that. Oh, ha! It'll also do that if everything is ignored. We want an output on the circle. Let's start. Then, you don't get to see this one. Haha. So, it turns out, I do have it too low. That should do it. Okay, now, this is the real deal. Whatever happens, happens. C'est la vie. Alright. Output. Now, on our screen, you should see a circle waiting to process so we can send it. Alright, here we go. Oh boy, I hope this works. Ready, get set, start. Okay, the moment of truth. Now, let's see what we got. I noticed after it started that the laser was not centered where I had planned it to be. So, I'm really hoping this turned out. If not, I got another idea. Now, this is the part that really sort of sucks. Nail polish remover, or just regular turpentine, basically. So we're going to take a wet paper, or we're going to take a washcloth, a paper towel, piece of paper towel. And we're going to do this. And we're going to see what we got. I got my fingers crossed. No guarantees. Ooh. I think that came out pretty good so far. I think we might have something here. So that's a lot of work to get to there from a beer bottle. I'm not sure if it's worth the effort if you were going to try and sell them. The amount of time it took. But maybe if you had I think the worst part of it was the grinder, or was the sanding. If you had a whetstone, an electric whetstone, I think that would go better. But that's how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. And it looks round. It doesn't look super round in the video, I don't think. I can't tell. But in real life, it looks pretty round. So there it is. Stand with Texas.